It does appear to be a person that's your focus for the week. Now, in some cases, this could be your own financial success, your business, your money, just working on projects, your job, and building up your career and contacts. That could be your central focus. For others, this is another person who has an influence on you. Someone that you find comfort in, that you could rely on. You may have a child with them as well, as indicated in this particular photo, or imagery, I should say. But a good relationship with this person. However, well, not however, I should say it. On this side, in the general, we have the Four of Swords and the Six of Pentacles. And I get the energy of contemplation, thinking about reaching out to someone, asking them for assistance or giving them assistance. But for now, I see that as in your mind. And you may be acquiring like some sort of advice from someone who's been through this before. This could be a legal person, someone who is a very serious energy, someone who doesn't really feed you or tell you any BS. They tell you exactly how it is, and you may be relying on them for support as well while you think of this situation and whether or not you want to reach out or whether or not you want to ask for further assistance. You could be, again, focused on your finances in general, trying to balance that out. So this may be a more quiet week as you just like save up or try not to overspend if you have been, for instance. On the love side, we have the Four of Pentacles with the Three of Swords and the Knight of Cups. And here we have the Three of Swords, sure, but I think that you're maybe hanging on to some pain. Now, this could be something that's been around for a while, but here we do have the intention to express emotions. This could be hurt feelings that you've been hanging on to when it comes to a partnership, whether they said or did something that bothers you, and now you're opening up and basically letting them know what's going on. It could be that person doing that to you. They could be apologizing. They could be just expressing something here that's trying to, I feel like, fix a rift that's between you and another. Now, if you're completely single, I feel in that case, you're definitely hanging on to some hurt feelings from the past that leaves you a bit resistant and less open. But the Knight of Cups shows that someone is coming into the picture with an attraction, with an expression of emotion, saying, oh, I would like to get to know you further. Let's go out for drinks. Let's just talk, chat, whatever the case may be. And I think that you more than likely will go and meet this person. Meanwhile, there's still those feelings here in the background. You're just not letting that overtake you. But there is an energy here of being protective over the heart with the Four of Pentacles, the way this creature is protecting its children here. King of Pentacles. Death. Okay, so the King of Pentacles has brought quite a bit of significant change. Things could be no longer the same between you and another. This may also indicate a transition in your job into a new career path for yourself. But it may not have happened yet. This could be something that is on your mind. Thinking about doing this in the future. Wondering if it's too risky, or wondering if you have just enough saved up that you can go ahead and do this. On the general side, the additional card, we have the Six of Wands. So you come through victorious. You come through feeling like you've made a path for yourself, like you've accomplished something here. And you do feel on top, and you do also feel right about something. What is that? This could be winning an award, again, getting money coming your way, a position, a project being given to you, feeling good and on top of your game because of it. Taking your time in a situation as well is coming through. King of Swords. Queen of Pentacles. I feel like in some cases you may be joining up with someone. And I feel like this is, again, a work thing for the most part. For most, maybe not all. And things end on a very balanced note. With patience, diligence, and all that, you've got success coming your way, especially financially. Four of Swords. And there's a harmonious energy. There's the ability to relax, wind down, and not worry about much this week. Love. I've got the Queen of Rods. So This could be someone that you're holding feelings for in the background. This could be that partner that you're looking to basically have a discussion with and express feelings towards, because there has been a rift here that you've been hanging on to with that Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles. It's been a burden. Holding on to something tightly and being unable to express has been a burden to you. The Three of Swords, we have the Five of Pentacles. And you are at a point where you need some sort of support. You need someone to kind of rest onto and just to like hold you up a bit. Because it's been a struggle with these feelings that you may have been experiencing. Why are these feelings here? You could have felt like someone was juggling you, didn't make you a priority, and things have very much been up in the air, so you didn't have that confirmation, or just things felt uneasy, and it's through that uneasiness that you were feeling from your partner. Again, they may not have been completely available to you, that has made you feel this energy of the Three of Swords. Knight of Cups. But the Knight of Cups brings something good. It brings judgment here. So it's being able to express something loudly, say it without holding back whatsoever. And this may also, if you've had a separation, for those of you where it felt like, you know, you want to get back together, you want to discuss things, that's happening. And this allows for the possibility of a second chance. Either you're giving that to someone or them you. I feel like this makes it an official conversation with the Hierophant. And this is also about discussing just serious matters with that Hierophant. And I'm going to acknowledge that I'm looking at it that way. And this is coming out of a period where you felt like it was difficult to communicate and be open. Queen of Rods. Queen of Rods has the Ten of Swords. So again, there has been something that's been very difficult, something that has not ended well with another person. And I feel as though the idea is to reconnect or establish like that initial groundwork to maybe heal the situation. Okay, let's see what vibe I get. A little mixed here. About your focus, home, family, emotions. Like the picture perfect scenario for you is what's coming through. Feeling just emotionally content this week, or your focus is on having those feelings. Again, it could be something involving family, or something that you have a very strong emotional dedication to, that's basically front and center. Now, if we look at the general, we have the Six of Swords, the intent to move, with the Five of Swords, possibly that this transition is a bit of a secret at the time being. And Temperance, this is a patient energy that's coming through for me. So there's this idea of transitioning to a different stage here that could be switching jobs, or actually physically moving, trying to get away from a situation because you need something that you feel is going to be easier for you to handle. The Five of Swords, well, it could be happening in secrecy, or at least being planned under the radar. It could also be like there's this thought that you just have. You're thinking about this situation quite a bit, not knowing how it's going to turn out, not knowing if you have everything you need. Like if you're moving, it's like feeling like you may leave something important behind. There could be questions about it being a mistake, but I think that you're being very patient with the process, and you feel that in the end, whatever you are deciding on has to do with your emotional well-being and happiness, with the Ten of Cups in the center. It could also be something that's a strong focus of yours because it's for your family, whomever you identify as your family. Again, they could be your main focus, and you're doing what it takes for them and trying to make a transition easier for everyone. Now, if we look at love, we have the Ace of Swords and the Two of Coins and the King of Cups. So it feels like conversations, topics need to be discussed here. And it could be that if anything needs to happen between you and this person, there's a lot of back and forth. There could be a lack of compromise for the time being because there is no overall understanding yet. With Two of Coins, again, it's just this wishy-washy, I'm not so sure, maybe this, maybe that type energy that's happening on your end, your partner's end, or both sides. King of Cups, I believe, is for the most part yourself keeping your emotions in check, well in control over your state of mind. And again, those emotions are well under control as well. As I've already said, well, actually, I didn't say this, I don't think. If you're single, it feels as though there's the possibility that you have been communicating with someone and there is back and forth. There is like information coming out and being discovered about that person, and you're more than likely being open yourself. There is no commitment type energy here. The romance isn't quite there yet, but again, there is quite a bit of speaking, getting to know someone, but still being indecisive as to whether there's something actually here. Let's get those extra cards. One on the general. 10 of Wands. So, that could add to an actual physical move where there's quite a bit to manage. This could be any transition. Again, there's a lot of obligations. You don't just like move on from this stage to the other stage, from here to there, without like having to take care of that, take care of this. Oh, so many things to do. And you're feeling the weight of those responsibilities this week. But with Temperance as the outcome, again, you're being patient and reserved, not rushing the situation. So I think that you are able to deal with it all very well. Love. We have the Six of Cups. I feel like I've seen this card one too many times alongside the Five of Swords. And for some, you could be talking about moving back together with someone, dating them again, seeing them again, or just opening up the conversation, actually talking to them again. Could be something that is the focus. Again, with that mixed energy, you may be very, very indecisive as to whether it's a good idea. But for now, the Six of Cups, excuse me, adds an innocence to it. So hopefully it turns out well. This could also be, there could be, especially for those of you that are single, the possibility of connecting with someone that feels very familiar. And it's not that you know the person from before, but rather things that they've said, aspects of their personality could be similar to someone or several people that maybe you've dated in the past. And that could be something that either bothers you or you're trying to just figure out if you want to go down that road. Because again, it's like, oh man, this person reminds me of my ex and I don't know if I want to or I should, keep going with this. It could be that type of energy. All right, let's get a clarification card for this Ten of Cups. The Four of Cups. I feel like that is a big dream energy. And now the Four of Cups is not a card that I normally see that way. But I think that your circumstances are you want something major. You want something that makes you feel a particular way. It may be that your life at this time, whatever your focus is on, isn't quite there yet. But it's weird because I'm seeing that this is what you want to aim for. Because you are dissatisfied, because there's an aspect of you that's unhappy with your situation, you're willing to do what you feel like you have to in order to get that Ten of Cups. Like you got some sort of laser vision on the feeling that the Ten of Cups brings. All right, let's go with the Six of Swords. The Empress. Doing what's best for you, for others that you care about, and seeing the benefit in a possible transition here. Because again, I feel like that's what you want. In some cases, you may be moving for the sake, again, of family. Empress can be a pregnant female, represent fertility. So for building a family, maybe that's your consideration of moving away, somewhere safer, somewhere better. Could be what you're thinking about. It could be someone that is very important to you as well, and you want to spend time with them, so you're looking to see them. Otherwise, I see it as growth, and through growing in some way, you're able to kind of move beyond whatever position you were in any aspect of your life. And for the better. The Empress, again, is very, very good energy. The Nine of Cups wants to turn around. So I think, again, this week is about getting some form of wish fulfillment. Four of Wands for the Five of Swords. There is something to celebrate here. I feel like that Four of Wands softens the edge of the Five of Swords for some reason. And again, there's this energy of looking towards stability, that happy home, structure. Maybe not knowing if you can get it and having a lot of questions around it, but still that being the thing that you're thinking about and what it may take to get that. Queen of Pentacles kind of wanted to turn around too. There's a sense of comfort and stability coming through. All right, let's get Temperance. There's a Ten of Pentacles. Very solid energy, commitment, an accomplishment, whether it's in work, financial side, or it could also be family, or just having this sense of completing something to its ultimate goal and making you feel rich in some way. Makes you feel a different type of good than the Ten of Cups, but still good. Ten of Wands. Definitely coming across with feeling tired, feeling overworked. You've done quite a bit to get to where you want to be, and there's still more to go. And you may be like on those last legs and huffing and puffing, hoping that you make it through. And I think with Temperance here, that's not a problem. You may have some physical like burdens as well that keeps you down. Like say if you had a bad knee, bad hand, or something like that, that makes it a little extra difficult, especially if you are moving things around. Love, Ace of Swords. Talking about realizing what you want is what I'm getting with the Star as a clarification card. Two of Pentacles is definitely weighing their options and making a concrete decision in matters of the heart, all based on what it is you want. And the Six of Cups has the Queen of Cups, so there is an emotional connection definitely coming through. Again, someone makes you feel this sense of familiarity, or you are reconnecting with someone from the past as a possibility, but that's still like a question mark. It's under consideration and being decided on. You're thinking, you're figuring out with that Ace of Swords and talking through the situation, is it what you want? And you're looking, again, there you are, looking towards the future, seeing the potential in a connection, whether it's a current relationship, the possibility of a past relationship returning, or as a single person, feeling something for someone, but again, being more because of some similarities to the past. You still got to think about the situation. Think about if it feels right, if you want to continue to invest more of your energy, time, and even money with the Six of Pentacles, like going out and being with them. Six of Cups. I think the Five of Cups isn't necessarily saying, oh my God, you're going to be disappointed, but rather you don't want to be disappointed. And I get the vibe of not wanting to regret a decision again, or not wanting to be disappointed again. Again, it doesn't have to be the same person, but rather you choosing to, let's say, invest time in someone who reminds you of another person, and you're like, damn it, I saw that they were similar, I did the same thing.